What's up, guys? By the way, I'm going to put you through a fucking table. Have a nice day.
Whoa.
Whoa! What is up, y'all? Welcome to the show. We're waiting on Andrea to show up, but what is up, guys? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's staying safe. It is your boy Jake yet again. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. This is on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. What is waiting on her to show up. What's up? And by the way, the tip link, if anybody wants to tip, Rumble Rant, we do need a Rumble Rant. Hey, Hat Rod, how you doing, brother? By the way, she's on her way. Let me play some videos. Here's one.
This is Superhuman TV Show, and this is a massive shout out to my friend, the YouTube sensation, the Mr. Best in the world at what he does, the man who bought Pichichi to dance, and the one and only Jake freaking Henderson. Jake, if I ever saw ballin', or I will put his fat ass through a table for you. Whoop whoop, fuck this shit, motherfucker.
Like $74. Just in Rumble Rants. Mm-hmm. He couldn't bust my head in the chair. Money the butter, money the butter. Hey, what is up, guys? It is your boy Jake yet again. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. I am going to be talking about Silk City hot sauce. Boo yeah! Silk City hot sauce is the best in the world on what they do, better than you, and you know it. And if you want some Silk City hot sauce, go to silkcityhotsauce.com and use the link will be in the description and use code HWO for 15% off. Booyah! Check it out. Do it, do it, do it now. Do it, do it, do it, do it now. Go to silkcityhotsauce.com and use code HWO for 15% off. Have a nice day. Bye bye. I'm going through my videos right now. Here on
Patrick,
Every fucking
you
thing.
suck my dick, I'll suck yours.
What? What?
You heard me.
Did you just say you're gonna suck Patrick's dick?
Don't do it, Andrew. He don't deserve it.
Oh, serious? Hey, Patrick lives in North. He might not have a wife. You know what? You know what? You can have this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm out of this place. You know what, Perry? You know what, Perry? I don't fucking care. Let's go. Perry, calm down. Calm down. I'm calming you down here. Calm down. Calm down and I'll release. Calm down and I'll fucking release. Oh shit. Hey, what's up? Sorry. I forgot I was still live, by the way. I forgot I was still live. Shit. Sorry about that. But, oh, you guys didn't see what I was doing. Shit. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Hold on. Let me this is the real. How you doing?
Good to see you, though.
Hold on. I gotta get this picture off.
There we go. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I hope. I'm sorry about. I had internet issues.
It happens. We had it today on Hal's show, so it's nothing new and it's fine.
Yeah.
You're good.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Andrea?
Well, what do you want to know?
You're the.
I used to mod for Stuttering John, and I mod currently for Hal Sparks, and I currently mod for Blind Mike and Hack Ride.
He's in the chat, by the way. Hat Ride's in the chat.
Hi, Hack Ride.
Yeah. Stuttering John actually said that Stuttering John spoke about you earlier in the week. Said that you never talked bad about him when all those other people were coming out about him.
I know. I always, even when the part where John left the very first time he left, I never spoke bad of him. I always said to people that whatever, it was up to John. It was his truth, whatever he wanted to say. Us mods did not know why he left. That was a decision he made, and that was his decision. and that all I was concerned about and all the other mods were concerned about were we were getting messages from other people that were Patreons and were subscribers to his channel about the money part. And that's what they were worried about. And I would have to tell them, you'd have to take it up with John. We didn't know. I never spoke bad of John. I never spoke out of line of John.
Yeah.
You know, whatever he was going through was what he was going through. And that's his business. It's not mine to say.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I love that he talks highly of you. He talks really highly of you.
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does.
You know, was you the one that was on? Was you the one that was on? Who are these podcasts? Or
Yes.
another...
Well, not all. I wasn't on Who Are These Podcasts. I was on the Dabble Point. I came in and popped in on the Dabble Point. I've been on Shuli's Uncle Rico show a couple of times.
Yeah. By the way, I've been saying that I was going to have you on my show several times. I even told Hal a few times, and he doesn't even read his Twitch chat. He doesn't even read his Twitch chat a lot.
Yeah, I kind of separate the two. You know, I kind of keep them separated. You know, the Dabble versus it's got its own atmosphere, and I kind of keep that separate from my work with Hal, just like I keep my work with Hack Ride separate from Hal. So you do that as a mod. You don't intersect the two, you know. Yeah. But I do love it when you come into the chat and say hi, you know.
Yeah.
That makes my day.
And also share his streams and stuff.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Yeah, but what do you think about what happened? I know you're a Stuttering John fan. Are you still a Stuttering John fan, or you're?
Let's just say I get frustrated with John, but I'm not, and I get aggravated with him, but I'm not a hater. Because you can't hate people. You just can't. You can get mad at them. You can say they're disgusting, which sometimes he is. Let's be honest. Sometimes he is. But that's John. And that's his. However he does his show now is how he does his show now.
Yeah.
It's not, you know. Would I like it for him to be the John that I knew when he was doing the podcast? When he did his political podcast, sure. But I think that things in John's world are for John, and he shows us every day how his world is, and he puts that out there, and that's on him. What I take issue with is when he brings us up, us mods, and especially the one mod that we're all trying to protect, because she's still dealing with her husband and with his cancer, and that's not fair to her.
You know, I lost my mom to cancer. My mom's little brother cancer.
Yep.
And it affected me. I think 15 years. This will be the 15th year that I don't have her on this earth with me.
You never get over death anyway. But when it's a spouse or a child, it's more devastating.
Or a mom.
Or a mom or a dad. It's very devastating.
Yeah.
I lost my grandfather to cancer. It was, at the time, we thought it was what we were told. Now, this is back in the late 70s, early 80s. And we were told that it was throat cancer because my grandfather smoked. He smoked bad. Like, every time I saw him, he had a cigarette in his hand. But we later found out that it was thyroid cancer. And your thyroid controls almost all of your body. And at the end of the day, I remember being 16, 17 years old and going to visit him in the hospital. And that was devastating. So for anybody that's got cancer or is going, or a family member that's going through cancer, you don't think about in the realm of what's in the now with other people. You think about what's in the now with your family member. And
All
that's
right, we have a question. Sorry, I thought you were done. Electra asked, Jake, can you ask Andrea how she got started moderating?
Sure. I was asked by Benny Loco if I knew that Hal Sparks had a podcast. And I said, no, I did not. She asked me to check it out. She put a good word in for me. And I was in a stream for a good 6 months. And I finally was asked to mod. I went through training on how to mod the way that Hal wanted. And I've been modding for Hal ever since. And it's been almost 3 years. For Stuttering John, the same thing happened with Stuttering John. Benny Loco referred me. Nick asked me, and I said, well, my first priority is always Hal. I'll be glad to do it. But I want it understood that my first priority is Hal. And then that afternoon that I was asked, Stuttering John called me and said, do you want to do this? And I said, yes, but I let him know, again, Hal was my priority. And whether they were running side by side, Hal was my top priority. So that's how I got started.
You know, and you know what? That is actually a good thing because a lot of times you mod for so many people. This is something that I have issues with. Someone who I mod for is two people I mod for going live at the same time. It's hard. I have to keep like 2 tabs up.
Yep. Well, at the time, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a laptop. Now I do. But I was running my iPad. I was running my phone. And that's how I mod. And I'm very successful at modding that way.
So I can
But, yeah, when they're running at the same time, yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard.
Yeah. Sorry. Here in Hat Ride, most content creators agree on about having someone as good as Andrea in the chat. Blind Mike has hundreds looking for info, and she provides it on the spot. It's crucial for a growing channel.
Yes, it is. And believe me, I paid my dues with Blind Mike last weekend.
We're honored to have her in the tiny little chat with our friends.
Thank you, Hack Ride. Yeah, last week I got I was brutally hazed by Blind Mike last weekend, and I found out real quick that that's his way of saying we like you. So,
what does she like about Hal and his podcast? Same for Hat Ride show. What do you think about Hat Ride's show?
The difference between Hack Ride's show and Hal's is political. Hack Ride's is more fun, more eccentric, more music based. He's got Electra in there, and he's got himself in there. So who doesn't like the demon? So I get the best of both worlds, and I have a lot of fun in Hack Ride's chat. I have a lot of fun watching the show. I actually get to sit and relax a little bit and watch it.
Sorry, I'm going through these chats because they're going fast.
Yeah, some of them are. Hal's chat gets anywhere between 3.5 thousand in the chat at any given moment. So yeah, it goes by fast.
All right. Haha, we get the Blind Mike roast. I got it for about a year now. He can't live without me. Just how he does biz. He's the best in the biz too.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Someone they're saying release the emails.
Lou, several people have asked me that, and I'm going to. It's just a matter of finding out how to do it. You can only do so much on Reddit, and then they get after you. I have a few flames going on how to get them out. and those flames are working on it for me. Some of the emails, a couple of things John has put out. John has said publicly on his show about the emails. It's just a matter of finding a forum that will do it, that I'm not going to get in trouble for doing it.
Here's the thing. You know, how does Twitch? How does YouTube? When he does Twitch and YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
in his Twitch channel. By the way, I'm a sub to his Twitch channel because someone gifted me one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just like
I want to say this. What do you think about some of Stuttering John's guests lately, like Richard Ojeda and
I adore Ojeda.
the last?
And I love Brian. Brian is just, they're both good. They're both good. And they've been they're very good friends with John, and that's a good thing. I'm not, I will never speak ill of either one of them because they are awesome. They both are awesome in their own right.
That's awesome. We still you have fun. Not gonna read the last part of that.
Damn hell. Hey, you got to learn from the best, Hack Ride. You're in my world. Between you and Hal, you're both are right up there. You know, the hardest part about modding, and it was very hard. And
Sorry, I'm putting chats up left and right.
Okay, that's okay. Being a mod in John's chat, Stuttering John's chat, I was told one thing and found out when I actually got into the Dabbleverse, totally different. You guys could not have been nicer. You guys out in the Dabbleverse. When all this stuff went down with John, you guys took in me and Benny and Nick, and you embraced us. Are there a few people that get irritated with me and the mod stuff? I get it. I totally get it. Do I regret my time at Stuttering John? No, because it's a learning. You learn. You're always learning. So, that part of it, I don't regret. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot in chat, and sometimes I'm in that chat by myself, Ackride. So yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. But the difference between modding for Hal and modding for Stuttering John is totally different, night and day. Just like it is with modding for Hackride and modding for John for Hal are totally different.
What about modding for Blind Mike?
I've only done it once so far, so I don't know yet. I only started with Blind Mike last weekend, so I don't know enough. Thank you, Lou. It's each time you go into modding, you go into the modding with a preset of what you already know.
Yeah.
You only gain knowledge from modding on your next mod, stream that you're doing. So you take away from something from everybody, and you apply it.
And here's the thing. Like I tell people all the time, when you're trying to mod for someone, you got to know what their rules are in the beginning.
Right.
I even had people, when I mod for people, they even give me like a mod document. A mod document. They make a document to say what the rules are for the mods.
Yep.
And one of the things that I try to do is I try to sneak in before people can see me, because if I see you breaking a rule, I always have my finger on the button ready to roll.
Right. And that's not true of every, like I found out modding for Hackride that my patience for certain things is on a higher level. Like I get really irritated on some things. On Hackride's channel, not so much. And I had to learn from Hackride that we only block for this, or we only time out for this. Whereas in house chat, that's something I would automatically time out for. So each one that you mod for is a little bit different. And
Hey, there's a big Andrea in the chat. Is that you?
nope, that's not me. That's my my fake one.
You want me to block them?
No, I'll answer it. What are the 5 signs of stroke? It depends on what kind of stroke you're looking at.
My
Stick your tongue out, touch your nose with your fingers, put your arms out.
yeah.
Yep, it just depends on. Also, I've had patients where their eyes have just gone totally blank, and then they've had the stroke.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can't even respond because they're in the middle of having the stroke.
Oh, actually, one of my PCA, someone who works at the house, got admitted to the hospital this week. Like last week or this week. Last week because of a stroke. They think she had a stroke. She got sent over to St. Dominic's.
Yep. The main things are if you can get them to touch their nose with a finger, stick out their tongue. The other one is put your arms out. If you can put your arms out, doesn't have to be perfect. The other one is just look at their eyes. When you have a stroke, they get like a glaze over their eyes, and you can tell. You can tell they're having a stroke. And with a stroke, you have a 2 to 3 hour window to get them to the ER, because most ERs have a stroke alert team, and they need to get that anti-blocker in you or beta blocker in you within those 2 to 3 hours, so it doesn't do any damage to you.
Yeah. And also, I just want to say that we're not medical professionals. We're not. I gotta say this because we're on YouTube, and YouTube loves to get people for medical misinformation.
Yeah. Well, I'm a former nurse, so fake Andrea is asking me the 5 signs of stroke, and I just told you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm saying that. I have to say that.
No. Totally get it. Totally get it. You're doing the right
YouTube
thing.
sucks. With like,
you're doing the right thing. No worries.
Disclaimer. And also, Electra. I know Electra used to be a nurse.
Yep, I love the fact that we are too, Electra.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job. Being a nurse, modding is so much easier than being a nurse.
Thank you for your service.
Huh?
Thank you for your service, because you did a service for a lot of people. Nurses are the backbone of doctors' offices.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh-oh. Turbs McGurk is in the chat.
Hey, Turbs.
The guy that always tries to get people in the Dabbleverse. He's saying that Shirley doesn't pay his employees and all that.
And you know what? People, you know what I've learned? Don't sweat the small stuff, Jake, because there's bigger things out there.
Yeah. I see Scott Fitzpatrick's in the chat. Sorry.
Don't let it stress you out, because there's bigger things in life than the little stuff, And like I said, I've been in the Dabbleverse now for 6-8 months. I'm still learning about you all. I'm still learning.
One of the things that I when I was on Stutter and John's show a few times, I was on his show until people were getting into my brain about him, and I should have got paid for it. By the way, Shirley Network, Joe, you know who Joe is? Producer Joe?
Yep.
He what he did, he messaged me while I was on Stutter and John's show saying Shirley paid you the most. Actually, Shirley paid me the most than any of them. Than MLC, then I never got paid from any other show but MLC and Shirley Network. And I forgot one person paid me most. B Dabbler paid El Harible.
And I want to put this out there. Regarding B Dabbler, I adore Tukey. I adore B Dabbler. I have tried many times to communicate with Bedabbler. I don't know why he is upset with me. I don't know why he is mad at me. I don't know what I did. And if I did something wrong, I'm sorry. But I would like to rectify that if
Yeah,
Bedabbler, Rocco is willing to work with me
yeah.
on it, because I honestly do not know.
The thing is, it's like he's busy so many times. Anytime I try to get him on the show, he says he's busy because he has a
He's a
real
busy
life.
guy. He is a very busy guy. He he does a lot. Um, Cardiff, my buddy, is a busy guy. He's a very
Potato.
busy potato. He's one of the hardest working potatoes out there, and he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And
Is it
I adore him,
was
the
Cardiff
Dabbler.
sorry, was Cardiff a mod for John before you or was after you?
Not that I know of. Not that I know
He
of.
just, people were saying that he was a mod for John, a rogue mod.
I do not know that. If he was, good for him. I mean, I just don't know. And I don't get into that with Cardiff because that's not our basis of our friendship.
Yeah. What do you think about OJ, Obnoxious John?
I love Obnoxious John. I think he's the cutest orange out there. He is just so sweet. He is just the sweetest guy. People
You, you know,
give OJ a hard time, but he's very sweet.
yeah. What I want to ask this question. I know that what do you think about now that he's doing the political show without Hal? That Stuttering John SJ is doing a show without Hal. But he has two people
That
he's
and
running.
that's his choice. That's, you always go back to what you know, and I have no problem with that.
And the thing is, when I was on the show with Richard Jedi, I brought up a law called the Nathan Key law.
Hmm.
Basically, the Nathan Key law. Nathan Key was a kid here in Mississippi that got killed because of a driver failing to stop for a school bus,
Hmm.
and they're trying to his family's trying to get a law passed for it. What do you think about that?
There is a similar case up in Tampa that happened recently. Like, if I remember right, back in December, it happened, and the family is pursuing the same thing.
So
Uh,
you want to get the laws changed and all that?
well, I mean, the law is you have to, unless there's a 2.5 foot um, median, you're to stop for a school bus. Kids are our most valuable thing. Children are our most valuable treasure that we have. And if you
Yeah.
don't follow the rules, then, just like with any law, you should get in trouble for it. And if the family wants to sue them civilly, that's their right.
By the way, Mr. Doodle's asking if you like poodles.
Hi, Mr. Doodle. And yes, I do love poodles. I grew up with a little mini poodle.
Yeah.
So, yes, I like poodles.
The thing is, we see people. I'm a stuttering John fan. I was a fan of his for a long time. I saw some of his Howard Stern stuff, and didn't realize that he was on Tonight Show until later.
Yeah. And then and you know what, Jake? That's okay. That's okay to be a Stuttering John fan. I like different people that I'm fans of. I'm still, as much as John aggravates me, and as much as I've gone through with John, I would never say anything against him. Do I call him out for his BS? Yes. But I would never, ever do anything to hurt John or belittle John. But I will call him out.
Yeah,
I have told him, I tell things to your face. I don't hold anything back. It took me years to find that out. And, you know, I don't sweat the small shit, but I don't, if you're going to do something that's not right, I'm going to call you out for it, regardless of who you are, being a Stuttering John or being a Hal or even being a shuli, because they're all personalities.
Um,
Okay. At the end of the day, that's your job. That's what you do. You're an actor. You're an actress. You're a comedian.
yeah,
That's your job. That's not who you are. And I've told John that. I've told Hal that. That's their job. When they're away from that job, they're their true selves and who they really are. So,
yeah,
and when you're a celebrity, you have two different personas. When you're a
yeah,
celebrity, you got to be there for the celebrity side. When you're home in your own world, you're your true self. That's just how the business is.
yeah. Hey, by the way, I did that. That's I think that's Shirley Egar, Bob Levy, and Mike Morse.
No
Thank
way.
y'all.
What?
And there's Hat Rod and
There's
DJ
Hack
Electric.
Ride. Yep.
And here's a funny one. Here's a banana wearing a sombrero.
Hey, don't let OJ get near that banana.
I know. By the way, I don't know why I have this.
Oh, that's Anthony Cumia. And that, and that brings me up to something else. That was the one thing John was adamant about when you were a mod for being in his chat. Do not let Anthony Cumia in the chat. Well, I found out later Anthony Cumia is the nicest person. We weren't allowed to
Yeah,
let Todd Zumach in the chat. We weren't allowed to let Shuli. Oh no, we were not allowed to let Shuli in the chat. We were not allowed to let Cardiff in the chat. And I found out different that these are all people that I really Tuki. These are all people that I really, really have come to know and love, and they're just really good people. I adore Carl. I adore Shuli and Bob. Oh, thank you, Turk. Thank you. Oh, you gotta ask Doom about that.
yeah. We always I always have fun doing these interviews because But the thing is, it's like Stuttering John doesn't. He's not relevant a lot. A lot
Well,
of times,
you in John's world, he is okay, and for him, that's what's most important. And you can you can't poo poo it, but some of the stuff that he does say is not right, and some of the things that he does is not right. And that's when you call people out like that, when it's not right. And I I can't say that in John's world that that's not right for him, because maybe it is.
yeah,
You know, he um he lives in his own world, and he's had, like I said, he's had a career. He's had a career in Howard Stern. He's had a career with Jay Leno. Not too many people get those opportunities. And if that's the world that he wants to remember, then who's to say no? But this other stuff and this other talk, that's on him, because at the end of the day, people are going to call him out on it, and they do.
sorry.
Nope,
That
that's
was
okay.
Bobby Nick. That was Bobby Nick from No Filter. That was Bobby
Yep.
from No Filter.
I think that John.
Sorry.
That's okay. I think that John um, believes what he believes, and that's okay for him to believe that. But then again, we live in a world that is not from 1970, where things were allowed. Some of the things he says aren't allowed and aren't accepted in out in the world. And unfortunately, he doesn't see that, and I feel bad for him for that.
Yeah. What one of the things that when we do these shows and stuff, life gets in the way sometimes.
Mhm.
And what do you think about, like, you know, um I want to ask this. we do play a game here. We do have a game on this show on our podcast called Professional Unprofessional. Have you ever seen the show, right?
No, I haven't.
Professional unprofessional. Basically, I'll give you a name. You either say professional or unprofessional.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are you ready? You ready?
Okay.
First one we got to do. Hack Ride.
Professional.
Blind Mike.
Professional.
DJ Letra.
Professional.
Stuttering John.
Not professional. He is professional on certain levels, and certain levels he's not. So it's like half and half.
All right. Me, Jake Hudson.
Professional.
Thank you. Hal Sparks. Hal.
Professional.
Richard Ojeda.
Professional.
What's the guy's name? Brian
Kim. Professional.
Brian. Professional. All right. Mr. Doodle.
Professional.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I know and love about the Dabbleverse is at the end of the day, whether you agree with me, whether you agree with John, at the end of the day, at some point, we have all met and we're all somehow got to know each other, either be friends or not be friends. But for the most part, the Dabbleverse has been very good to us.
Tukey.
I adore
Professional or professional? Professional or professional?
Professional.
OJ.
Professional.
Cardiff.
Professional.
Corndiff. If you know who
Professional.
Corndiff is.
I know Corny. Professional.
Little Lemmy. If you know who Little Lemmy is, she's from the Steel Toe world.
No, I don't watch Steel Toe. Only except when Shirley has shown him. I've shown him and his wife. I don't watch it. What is that?
I Steel Toe hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Big a fan of those. We got fans and we got people that are asking you to show boobs. No, thank you. No, thank you. That is something that I'm not even going to read chat because that's these we got trolls in the chat.
Well, that's any chat. And I know the Dabbleverse is upset about me not putting out the emails, but it's just a matter of finding a way to do it that a platform will let me do it.
Are you in a trailer or are you in a?
No. Right now in my house, I got a bunch of teenagers and they're coming in and out the house. So I am in one of my, it's like a shed type thing that I do some of my woodworking in.
Yeah. The thing is, a lot of the time, here's the thing. When you went on show, when you were going on shows to talk about some of the things, you guys were you're very professional.
Thank you.
A lot of the stuff that here's the thing. I know that Stuttering John is not easy to mod for him.
At the time, it was very easy. At the time, it was very easy. It really was.
I got another question for you.
What kind of woodworking do I do? I just make little ducks and little things. I started out when I was 8 years old, and my next door neighbor, he had a wood shop, and him and his dad kind of showed me how to do stuff. I make things with styrofoam and do woodworking. It's just a hobby. I mainly do stuff for my garden. I don't sell anything or anything like that.
Yeah. What do you think about what is one of the how did you find Stuttering John?
Through Benny Loco.
Yeah. Did you see any of his stuff from Howard and stuff? Or
yep, I was a Howard Stern fan, still am. We're talking back in the 80s. I would listen to Stern on my way to school. I was still in high school when I was listening to Stern.
What do you think about him now? Like him, like people saying he's being woke.
You know, I don't pay attention to that because, Howard Stern, he's one of the goats when it comes to radio. So, I just enjoy the fact that he's out there and he's still doing it, at 70 years old.
Did you know about O and A when they were around?
Mm-mm,
O and A, Opie and Anthony.
mm-mm. That was after. So there was a period of time that between going to school and having kids and stuff, I wasn't listening to Stern as much.
I don't know this word. We need more Andreas in the world.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how to say that
Thank you,
name.
Parfanugan.
Farfanugan. All right. But I want to say this. By the way, we are at the 45-minute mark. I don't know if you only gave we. I don't know if you have an hour or so.
I can do a little bit more.
I know because here's the thing. Because you were a little late because we were like 10-minute mark before you got
Okay.
in.
We can go for 10, 15 more minutes if you want.
All right. I want to ask this question. If anyone has questions, what's up, Jason Bardo? How you doing? I'll be on his show. I actually have to have I'm gonna be on his show in about an hour
Very
because I
good.
got to do his show at 5 my time CST 6 your time. But I just want to say that DJ Ledger actually makes good art.
Yes, she does. She's very talented. Very, very talented.
She made that.
She's very, very. That got me in a lot of trouble. That picture
What?
because um uh Doom was commenting about it. There were a few people in the Discord that were razzing Doom about it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think it's cool. I'm not offended by it at all. I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
thank you to DJ Letra for making that.
Yes, she's very talented. Very, very talented. No, it's okay, Electra. it's people in some of the chats want Doom and I to get together. Doom and I are just friends. We are just friends. That's all it is. We are just friends. And he's a pretty cool person to hang out with and talk to. So
Someone wants to know if you're able to mod on Mondays at 2 p.m. EST for the Bill Loney Network.
I can talk to Bill. I would
You know who
gladly
Bill
do it.
is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yep.
Bill Loney got mad at me because I accidentally said his real name on his real first name on stream.
Sometimes it happens, but yeah, I can understand that. But that's okay. Yeah, just tell Bill to get a hold of me. He knows how to get a hold of me. Right. Hey now, right? That's what's gonna get me in trouble. Turbs? No. I know that's not what he told you. Yeah. Bill knows how to get a hold of me.
Electra is in the chat. Electra's actually called me to see if I can send her the link so I can send you the link.
Yeah, I got the link. When you send it through X, it doesn't always go through. So
yeah, and here's the thing: I could have told you we could have rescheduled, but I didn't want to. I was actually saying I look like an asshole now.
No. You know what? Tech happens, Jake. It happens to the best of us. Okay, so don't even worry about that. It happens to the best of us. It just happened on Shuli's on Friday. So, they had some issues, some tech issues. It happens. It's just technology is not foolproof.
By the way, I was there when Bob's green screen fell down.
Yep. Yep. I
I was
adore Bob and Gina. They're
yeah.
cool cats.
We're hoping to get back. I'm hoping to get back on be on Levyverse with
Mm-hmm.
him
Yep.
because he is he's the one that's teaching people. He teaches everybody this business.
Yep.
He says don't try to charge people money. Just do it for your plugs.
Right. The one thing that I love about Bob is that he's cooking, and if you hear a cat, one of the cats is out. But I love Bob's cooking shows because I can't
Yeah.
cook worth crap, and I've kind of learned a little bit. So he's kind of taught me.
Andrea doesn't have a channel. She just bought.
I am going to be starting up my podcast again. I have an audio podcast. I did have a show with Ken Otto, and when Ken passed away, I took a
I'm
month and a half
sorry.
off.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Thank you. I took a
Sorry
month
for
and
the
a half off
yeah.
to kind of deal with him being gone.
And I did try to support him. I even did an
Yes, you
audio.
did.
I did a thing, and I try to be very, very respectful to
Yes, you
people's
did.
death.
You did. And I want to say, Kinky Loco made a beautiful. He did a beautiful tribute to Ken on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, like I said in the video, I didn't know who he was. We didn't get to meet in real life, but we'll meet up in heaven.
Yep, it's very true. Very true.
It's sometimes it's hard to do those videos and be respectful to the family or
Mm-hmm.
respectful to the people because you got to be respectful to them because they're going through it's hard it's hard for them right now.
Right. The Devilverse really liked Ken a lot, and
Yeah,
Ken liked them. And once he got to know them, he
he
liked
had
them. So,
he had stage 4 cancer.
mhm. Yeah.
Sorry for asking that.
Yep. It happened really quick, within 6 months.
Flip the
Thank you,
bing
Electra.
button. I'm not gonna say that. It means hit the like button, you freaking coward. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm acting like Chad Zumach now.
No, that's okay. Has anybody got any more questions for me?
Electra says she looks forward to your podcast.
I look forward to Electra being on my podcast.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, talking about Ken Otto, did he reach his goal yet?
I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't even know if the family had even known that he did a GoFundMe. So I don't know.
I'm looking right now. He's right now on his GoFundMe is at $5,222.
Yeah. See, I don't know if the family knows about the GoFundMe or not. And I have no way of getting a hold of the family. So,
By the way, this is the GoFundMe for Ken Otto right here. If anybody wants to help. Sorry.
no, that's okay.
I'm trying to help someone because they were nice. They were very nice.
Yep. They were in. There were several. Like Cardiff did a 24 or did a I think it was like a 5 or 6 hour.
Yeah.
When we did the thing with the GoFundMe, he did a mini telethon, and then I believe Carl did one too. Shuli did a little one. So everybody came together when we found out it was stage 4.
Andrew, do you agree that Joey C is No.
I get along with Joey C. I don't know enough about him. I don't watch his show like I should, or probably should, but I don't.
I
I've
was
talked
told
to
to
him a
ask
few.
that. Sorry, turds. I wanted to read the question before I put that up.
No, that's okay. I've talked to Joey C. We've had good conversations, especially with all the thing with John. So I have no issue with Joey C. Just because I just don't.
I'm odd
Um,
for Joey, so I'm odd for Joey.
oh, good.
Yeah. I challenge all the trolls to find a way to contact his family and get the GoFundMe money to his next of kin.
Yeah, I have limited resources on getting a hold of the family. Ken kept that separate from everything, so I don't. Like I said, I don't know. I'm sure somebody will get a hold of him and let him know.
I've never
No,
saw
Ken,
any of
Ken and I had a show called Freedom, Speech, and You. It was a political show, and it was on Sunday nights. I think some of the stuff is still up online on YouTube, but it's under Freedom, Speech, and You. Um, I don't know if the family has even taken that down yet or not. So, I did some of his producing of his show, and then I was on his show with him as a co-host. So I don't even know if the family has taken any of that down or not.
Sorry, I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, it's under Freedom, Speech, and You. So
All right.
like I said, I don't know if it's still up there.
By the way, Stuttering John was streaming. Streaming 5 minutes before we. He was streaming while we were streaming.
Yeah.
He's calling
So,
Kevin Brennan a coward.
I haven't watched any of Kevin Brennan, so I don't know. I know he yells a lot. That's all I know.
You know what? We got 15 people watching.
Cool beans.
By the way, I just also want to say that Ken Otto was a fan of John, right?
Yeah. He was actually one of John's longest fans.
Did Stuttering John know that Ken Otto had cancer?
Yes, he did.
I saw Rocco and Ralph kept asking him to donate.
He did donate. John did donate.
Yeah, Rocco is Bedabbler, Ralph is the potato, and OJ is OJ.
Yeah, they did donate. Yes, they did.
Oh no.
Hi, Dabblestorian. Dabblestorian's the one that started the Doom and Me thing.
What?
But that's okay. Dabblestorian, Ken adored Dabblestorian, and Dabblestorian and Ken had some really good conversations. So for that, I'm very thankful.
Yeah. What do you think about watch out for this devil?
I've heard that too. I've learned to navigate the Dabbleverse in sections. So it's it's a learning experience. But in some ways it's a very good learning experience, in some ways it's not. When at the height of everything that was going on with John and I when he first left, not a lot of people knew what John really was and how he acted and how he was. And things were put out there about me that weren't necessarily true. Yes, he did, Dabblestorian.
Yeah.
He did. He truly did. You and Kiki Loco. You and Kiki Loco. You guys held a special place.
So, What do you think about like the what do you think about Debbie Dabbler? Gina
Debbie,
Bobina.
Gina Bobina. I like Gina Bobina. I love Tiff, Tiger Lily, um,
FKA Mommy.
Yenta.
FKA Mommy, formerly known as Uncle Rick and Mommy.
Don't know who that is.
FKA, she was a Shuli fan. I've heard he spoke of me often.
Yes, he did, Dabblestorian. Yes, he did.
Would Ken Otto like the audio I made, or
once Ken got, because Ken was going at the time at the beginning of our show, Ken was going off of the perception of what I was being told by Stuttering John, and what Ken was seeing in Stuttering John's chats. Again, like once I got to know the Dabbleverse, and once I got to know people in the Dabbleverse, I was finding out things weren't true, that John was not telling me the truth about these people.
yeah.
And like I said, once Ken found out, he was friends with Dabblestorian. He was friends with Kinky Loco, and he found, we found out things that was being told to us that weren't true. And it later I found out that people I blocked, I felt bad that I blocked them, but at the time I didn't know. It wasn't until after all of the times that he left the first time that I found out that things were different.
Was you there when he pretended to go to Jamaica?
No, that was after he was done with his podcast, his first podcast, the original political podcast.
Yeah, what do you think now that he has he has all these new characters on his show, like Kate Meany, Stevie Lou.
Kate Meany follows me. I have no problem with her. I liked her father. I thought he was a wonderful comedian. I have no problem.
She's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl.
I have no problem with Kate Meany. So
here's the thing. She's a young buck. She's 20. I think she's like 25.
She's young, but we all were young at one time.
Yeah.
And let me tell the Dabbleverses, when we were all young, we all made mistakes, good or bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I don't know Kate Meany just from seeing her online. She follows me. I follow her back. Like I said, we were all young ones.
Yeah. And one of the things is, we always get, he's also had Ray DeVito on the show, the narcissist, Ray DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I've only seen certain clips with Ray DeVito, so I don't really know who he is.
He was Rock Bottom Podcast on the Shuli Network.
Yeah, see, I don't know enough of that. That was before, that was after I came into know Shuli, so I don't know much about Ray. Now, I like Chad Zumach.
All right.
I like him. I watch him. I like Casey.
Casey Armstrong. I had him on the show. He's a great person.
Yeah. And one of the things that I'd like to tell people out there, if you like, and Benny Loco told me this, and it sticks with me, I try and support all my channels and all the people that I watch. And all it takes is hitting that thumbs up. Okay? All it takes is, like, I run the TV at night and play it on YouTube. That way everybody gets their play in. So it helps. If you can't afford to do a super chat, or you can't afford to be a subscriber, just hit a like. Just go out there and play that show and just run it for an hour. It helps in the algorithm of who you're watching. I go on Sunday nights after I get done with my modding. And I let YouTube play on all of my subscriptions. That way everybody gets equal time.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. If you don't have the money to go out there and subscribe and get a paid subscription, or you don't have the money to go out there and be a Patreon, just go out there and
What do
play
you
the
think?
shows all night.
What do you think about Hat Rod being demonetized?
You know, I didn't find out about that until Thursday when we did the show. It happens. Unfortunately, that's a YouTube
I
thing.
found out because of Bobby Nick telling me.
That's a YouTube thing. You know, YouTube is its own little beast. And I have my feelings on how YouTube does things sometimes.
All right, we are up. Hey, we might want to start wrapping it up because
Okay.
we're at the window. All right, any plugs?
Just I'm going to be doing my living in it podcast in the next couple of weeks. I am going to be getting up the living in it. It's going to be on YouTube and Twitch. The living in it, the chat. I'm going to be working on that soon, getting that back up. Like I said, I took some time off from Ken. We are not bringing back freedom of speech and you. That's something that Ken and I did, and that will rest with him. So that's not coming back up. And I'm doing my modding for Hal and Hack Ride and Blind Mike. So you'll see me around. I'm in Shuli's chat. I am not the fake Andrea. The picture of me as an avatar is mine. It is the one that is in the chats, and that's the one I use. And I do visit all the chats. I at least try and go in and say hi to everybody. So
You are a mod in my chat, by the way.
pardon?
The real you are a mod.
Will I mod for you in your chat?
No, you are a mod in my chat. I'm saying
Oh,
you
okay.
are the real you are the real count is
Okay.
you.
All
You're
right. Thank
but
you, Jake.
I only have one rule. Don't be a dick. In my rule, when I ban somebody, it's final.
Yep.
Don't go and try to change it. I've had people do that.
Yep. That's
I have a reason why I banned the person. If you unban the person, I find out you're unmodded.
mods can't unban. Once an owner bans you, that's it. Now I can ban you from being a mod. From being a mod's perspective, I can ban you, but I don't. That can be rescinded within 24 hours. Once an owner of a YouTube channel does it, that's it. Unless that owner decides to change their mind, that's it. It cannot be changed. That's the only difference. Thank you, Electra. Thank you, Hack Ride.
Yeah.
And like I said, Dabbleverse, just give me a little bit of grace on this email thing. I do want to show them. But just give me a little bit of grace because I've got some fires that are out there.
Shirley's going to talk about this. Shirley is going to play this. Shirley and them are going to play clips of this, or we might get on Who Are These Podcasts?
Probably. You know what's funny, Jake, is how I found out about Carl is I did my podcast, and it was in the early stages of doing my podcast. And I admit I am not great at doing podcasts. I'm better with a 2-person deal. But doing my podcast by myself, I am not the greatest at it. And Carl did a review of it on Who Are These Podcasts. And let me tell you what, Carl helped me. I learned some things. And that's how I found out about Carl. And that's how I ended up becoming friends with Carl. But Carl's the one that helped me along the way. He kind of said, well, she doesn't do this. She should do this. And it was an eye opener. So that's how I found out about Carl.
I also want to say that that Carl has been trying to, I would love to do Carl's show.
Carl is awesome. Carl is awesome.
Oh no. I can
I can
announce the
announce
return of Bill Loney Network on the Dallas Storian channel on Monday. Great.
cool beans. Cool
Yeah,
beans. I like Bill Looney. And by
the
the
thing
way,
is like,
go
what?
ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to anyone that's watching the stream. If you're watching the stream live, not live, hit the like button, share the video, share the stream, because this is, this is one of my favorite top doing streams. Now I think it's time for us. You got anything you want to say?
Yep, I'm going to be at WATP live in Largo, Clearwater, March
WATP
22nd.
ROTC WATP ROTC.
Yep, I will be there
Wow.
live in Largo supporting
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, and that's March 22nd. So go to WATPlive.com to get your tickets.
They're doing a show with Mershon Royce from Mershon Royce Lopez and Mersh from ROTC Revenge of the Assist.
Very nice. Yep, I hear
I know that
that.
because
I hear that they're going to have a lot of people there. I think you guys are going to be surprised.
I also heard Spawn mask wearing guys going to be there. Bidabla.
Midabler's going to be there. I believe Cardiff is going to be there. I'm not sure on that. But there are going to be some people that are going to be there. So, if you can get
I
your
also
tickets.
heard a lecture. By the way, I heard Shirley Network is going to be over in Huntington Beach.
Yes, I heard that too. And let me say something. I caught a glimpse of John today, and then I'll wrap it up because I know you need to go. But let me say that our job in life is to take care of our family. Period, bar none. And Shirley made the decision and talked about it yesterday about the uterus show that's coming up. I may be pronouncing it wrong. He is unable to go because he has some family things going on. And John made some comments about that today in his show. Let me remind you, John, you're the one in your email that said when your father was sick and dying, you still went working with Howard Stern. That was your choice. Shuley's choice is to stay with his family and take care of what needs to be taken care of. Has nothing to do with him not going for anything other than he's got family things going on. Okay, you made the decision not to be with your family in their time of need with your father. Give Shuley that same grace when he's got something going on with his family, and him and his wife made the decision. So for anybody that wants to poo-poo that, that's what husbands and wives do. They make decisions based on family matters going on at the time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys very much. We gotta wrap it up here.
All right. Thank you so much, Jake.
Thank you, Miss Andrea, for showing up, and I hope we've had a good time. But I think it's time for us to put the bus in the barn, piss on the fire, and call the dogs on this one. I hope everybody's enjoying the rest of their day. I'll be around. I don't know if I'll be around after I got to do another podcast, but until later, keep the grease side to the pavement. Drive safe, and remember, best thing in life is your family and your friends. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I got the rumble done. Stay behind, please. I want to talk to you off camera.
Okay.
All right, we are